So look, if you're here right now, that means you probably read the title of this video and you're in the market for a new handheld gaming device. So I wanted to take a little bit of time and talk about a few things that I look for when I shop for a new gaming device, because to be completely honest, there are a lot of options out there currently. Let's get into it. Now, before we begin, as always, just thank you so much for watching all of the videos that I've been making. It means a lot to me personally. It obviously helps the channel grow. So if you're new here, please make sure to go hit that big subscribe button down below. We're closing in on 500 subscribers, which is a huge landmark for me personally. And I'm thinking about maybe doing a little bit of a giveaway. So stay tuned for more information on that. All right, let's get into it. Now, I've reviewed a few handhelds so far on this channel. I'll make sure to have the links down in the description for all of those videos if you do want to go check those out. And I've really enjoyed all of them, but there are a lot of different options out there, some of which you've actually suggested that I go out and check out. And as much as I want to, buying all of these handhelds can get very expensive very quickly. And it's just not feasible for my channel yet to go out and purchase all of these and do reviews on every single one. So I really just wanted to take a little bit of time and talk about a few things that I kind of go over when I'm looking at getting a new handheld device. Now, I've had some initial thoughts on this and I've kind of broken it down into 4 different categories: price, size, and portability. What are you actually going to do with this? And lastly, the tech specs. Now, most of these kind of flow into one another, so just kind of keep that in mind as we're progressing through these steps. Now, there's no particular order, but I usually kind of start out with, what are you actually going to do with this device? Now, for me personally, it's allowing the ability to carry my entire retro gaming collection with me wherever I go. So we're talking about Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, some PlayStation, and now that technology is actually advanced to the point where I can actually handle PlayStation 2 and GameCube games, that's what I'm really looking for. Obviously, what you want to do kind of dictates what you should be looking at. Now, you can definitely future-proof yourself, like getting something like a Steam Deck or an Ion Odin or any of those basically small handheld computers. But if you're envisioning yourself just playing a lot of your retro games to just get that nostalgic fix, you don't have to spend hundreds of dollars on these devices, especially for features that you're just not going to ever use. Now that we've really narrowed down what you kind of want to do with this device, let's kind of look at the size and the aesthetics, which is a huge thing for me. One of the major differences between a lot of these handhelds is, do you want it in a vertical form factor or a horizontal form factor? Something like a Switch, or do you want it to feel more like a Game Boy? Now, a lot of this kind of depends on what you want to use it for, so if you're going for Game Boy games, playing it in a vertical form factor is a huge part of feeling like you're in that nostalgic era. For me, it doesn't matter all that much, mainly because I always carry some kind of backpack. It's very easy for me to just kind of throw whatever device I want in there, carry it along, and then pull it out whenever I need. However, if you're looking for something small and pocket size, there are definitely options out there like the Miyoo Mini, and you should definitely keep that in mind on how do you want to use it? How quickly do you want to be able to pull it out of your pocket, or if you're carrying a backpack with you all the time? Now, devices like the AmberNIC RG552 or the Retroid Pocket 3 Plus can fit in your pocket. It's just not going to be that comfortable. It's going to be kind of like fitting a Nintendo Switch Lite in your pocket. You can do it in a lot of pants, but it's just not going to really work practically. So kind of go in with tempered expectations if you're planning on playing a little bit more modern games. Also, the size and the portability are going to really kind of dial in your price range, which is kind of the next thing on here. How much do you want to actually spend on a device like this? Larger devices are typically going to cost more. They're also going to have the ability to play higher end games or more modern games. Additionally, a lot of these higher end devices or larger devices have fans in them for active cooling, allowing you to play for longer and not overheating your device. Now, the easiest way to think about this is larger means more materials, so typically it's just going to cost more. So also keep in mind that newer, more advanced tech is going to also come with that premium price. This obviously allows you to play more, can kind of future-proof a lot of devices, but it's going to be more expensive. It's just how it is, unfortunately. So when you're looking at a lot of these devices, just do yourself a favor and look at the tech specs. There are plenty of devices that promise it can play certain things or promise that it has all of these things that will be included in future updates, but just kind of keep that in mind that the actual tech inside of these devices can be limiting. I actually reached out to one of my co-hosts on the Game Pack podcast just to kind of see how his Steam Deck currently is handling a lot of the modern games, and he said he actually is having trouble just because the tech is starting to kind of get outdated for a lot of the newer games that are coming out. So we have this amazing piece of technology that has allowed us to play more modern games, but even currently is starting to slowly become outdated and will actually need a refresh probably in the next year or two to keep up. I was actually on TikTok the other day and saw an Anbernic device called the Win 600 selling for over $600, which is double the price that Anbernic sells it on their website. So just keep in mind that there are people out there trying to take advantage of you, telling you that this thing is going to be amazing, it can do all these things, and in reality, it probably can't do all those things that it's telling you, and they're charging double the price that you can actually get it for. This particular device actually is sold out on their website everywhere, so somebody is definitely trying to take advantage of customers right now, so just kind of keep that in mind too. Try to buy directly from the manufacturer's websites, and if you can't, just hold out. They're making more. You don't have to buy a device for double, triple, quadruple the price when in a week or two, they're going to have more devices available on their website. So just don't do it. So I really hope that this was kind of helpful for you, things to kind of look at, things to stay away from, and things to just kind of overall understand what you're doing when you're out there looking at these different devices, because again, there are so many different devices. I will have links for everything that I've personally reviewed. I think if I had to give one recommendation on a device, it would be to buy an Analog Pocket. It is a hybrid emulator and cartridge capable device. It can play a bunch of different systems cartridges. You just have to buy the actual adapters for it. And for a very long time, these were extremely difficult to get your hands on, but Analog really seems to be ramping up production. They just released a limited edition glow-in-the-dark model. They've just announced a pre-order for a bunch of new different color waves that they're doing. So just kind of keep an eye out for that. They're becoming a lot more easy to get, and hopefully we won't have to wait 2 years to get. So again, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. If you wouldn't mind, please go and hit that big subscribe button down below. It means a lot to me. Like this video, share it with your friends, do all of the fun stuff, comment on different devices that maybe you personally want to see on this channel. And again, once we hit that 500 subscriber mark, I will be doing a giveaway. I'm thinking maybe, you know, this thing right up there. I'm thinking maybe that. So anyway, thank you so much. Enjoy your day. Game on. And we'll see you in the next video.